I'm Dwayne Smith, an elder at First Presbyterian Church in Bradenton, Florida. Thank you for joining us for Breakfast and Bible Study, where we're looking at the I am statements of Jesus. Last week, I challenged you to read Matthew 26:26 and consider it in light of our last study. Now, here's the verse. While they were eating, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take and eat, for this is my body." Did you see the connection between Jesus' statement, "I am the bread of life," and the manna that God sent daily to the Israelites as they wandered in the desert? While the bread God sent generations earlier was to physically save the Israelites, Jesus was the bread of life sent to spiritually save us all, Jew and Gentile. His body, broken on the cross as he was crucified, was sent to save us from our own actions. In partaking of communion, we remember this sacrifice and what it means for us. Today we're going to look at two related statements that Jesus made. I am the gate for the sheep, and I am the good shepherd. Have you ever wondered why the image of Jesus as shepherd and us as sheep is so commonly used? Sometimes people are offended by the imagery, feeling it implies that people are just mindless creatures wandering around, going wherever everyone else goes. To this I say, if you're trying to find something to offend you, you can probably find it anywhere. I prefer to use the image to remind me that, taken as a group, people are more alike than different. We all need shelter, we all need food. We generally prefer to be together rather than apart. Most importantly, we all need someone to occasionally herd us back in line when we stray. Speaking of being herded back in line, shepherds are going to be a big part of our discussion today, so we should probably make sure we know something about what they do. Shepherds herd sheep. It sounds simple enough, but there's really a lot more to it than that. There's more to herding sheep than just making sure they stay in a group rather than wandering off on their own. The life of a shepherd was by no means easy. As a matter of fact, one shepherd in the Bible described his duties this way. When a lion or a bear came and carried off a sheep from the flock, I went after it, struck it, and rescued the sheep from its mouth. When it turned on me, I seized it by its hair, struck it, and killed it. Yes, keeping the flock together is important, but the shepherd needs to make sure they're together in the right spot. The right spot needs to be safe. The herd needs to stay away from the edge of a cliff and away from places that danger may hide. No shepherd wants their flock to be attacked by wolves or stolen by robbers. The right spot needs to have grass for the sheep to eat. While sheep can eat other plants besides grass, some plants are poisonous, so the shepherd needs to be aware of what else might be growing in the pasture. Since a large flock needs to range far and wide to have sufficient pasturage for grazing, shepherds aren't home every night. Shepherds need to find a place for the flock to spend the night or to get out of a storm. The wilderness can be dangerous at night, with wolves and other predators roaming and looking for an easy meal, and a storm can frighten away lambs or even directly damage them. When the sheep are close to home, fed hay rather than needing to forage, and return to a pen at night, the shepherd's job's not done. The pen has to be guarded. Sheep pens are often roughly made. Occasionally, sheep were kept in a natural cave or rock formation, so no traditional gate existed. In these cases, the shepherd might sit in the opening and physically become the gate themselves, keeping the sheep in and the predators or robbers out. Here we find the I am statements for this week. Therefore Jesus said again, "Verily I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who have come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep have not listened to them. I am the gate. Whoever enters through me will be saved. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep." The good shepherd will become a gate, keeping his flock safe from attackers. They will literally lay down their life for the flock to protect them. Consider all the other ways that the shepherd protected his flock earlier in our discussion. How many ways apply to Christ's protection for us? Are we kept together in a place of safety? Yes. Normally we would be physically together in one place for worship and study, but even now we gather virtually in an online place because it's important and good for us to gather together in whatever form we can. Are we given sweet hay or green grass that's good for us to eat rather than being allowed to go wherever we want and eat plants that might be dangerous? Yes. We are led to green pastures beside still waters as we attend worship, listen to music, and the Bible study that are provided for us. Without this environment, we're constantly exposed to the toxic diet that surrounds us, and we're buffeted by raging waters that come at us from all sides. Are we kept safe from wild animals and robbers? Yes. As we gather with fellow believers, whether physically in a sanctuary or a classroom, or on the internet or by text or email, we're supported by our closeness and guided by our pastor and elders and deacons. We realize that we are not now, nor are we ever, alone in Christ. The Good Shepherd himself, often acting through other shepherds in the church, is always available to us. This week's challenge: have you ever found yourself in need of a shepherd, someone to guide you through or help you or listen to you? Have you found that shepherding through a deacon or an elder or a pastor? Join us again next Saturday at 10 o'clock for breakfast and Bible study. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.